Tribal Garurumon Aggro. With Greymon Tribal leading the charge for BT8, this is a build I'll be exploring. And if you enjoy these types of videos, do consider liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and hitting that notification bell for more of my future content. While Greymon and Machinedramon get a lot of support for the upcoming format, i.e. BT8 Metal Greymon, Garurumon is slowly being left behind in the dust. But that being said, there is some new support that makes this deck hilarious in its own ways. And as always, I'm going to cover the card by card, the strengths, the weaknesses, and the combos. This deck runs 5 level 2s, 13 level 3s, 11 level 4s, 8 level 5s, 6 level 6s, 2 level 7s, 4 option cards, and 6 Tamers. For level 2s, this deck runs 4 BT5 Sunomon and 1 Demi-Vmon. Because a large portion of your deck is draw power, the level 2s no longer need to do that. Instead, you'll want to focus on DP buffs for a lot of what you're going to do. Sunomon fulfills the role if the Digimon has Garurumon or Omnimon in its name, and Demi-Vmon if your hand is 8 or more cards. But for the control variant, I'll deviate a lot. Feel free to check out my thoughts on a control variant for blue. But moving to level 3s, this deck runs Gabumons. Lots and lots of Gabumons. For Gabumons, this runs the BT1 Gabumon, standard for drawing 1 on play. 4 BT5 Gabumon for the Garurumon and Omnimon search, 1 promo Gabumon for Tamer search, and the starter deck Gabumon from the Ul-4 structure deck for DP buffs. This deck specialized in a lot of card additions, whether it be Gabumons or Davis. Frankly, there are other Digimon that add cards too, but more on that later. With BT5 Gabumon, this Digimon has several targets that it cannot grab, being Cordramon and Chimeramon. But otherwise, there are many Digimon that this little guy can grab. Personally, you might go for a different strategy with more promo Gabumons for Tamer searching. But remember, it's personal preference. For level 4s, this deck runs 4 BT1 Garurumon, 3 BT5 Garurumon, and 4 Cordramon. BT1 Garurumon does a lot of work, especially if there's one already in security. If you happen to be able to DNA Digivolve off 2 Garurumons, you can grab back the promo Were Garurumon for extra checks, which I'll cover more of in the combos. BT5 Garurumon is generic in that I wanted to do something for DP buffs. And lastly, Cordramon for security interaction and netting 2 cards to my hand. Because of Cordramon, this supplies me another target to DNA Digivolve in a Chimeramon. Moving to level 5s, this deck runs a toolbox of them. Toolboxes for my videos will refer to 2 copies of a card and not feature 3 ofs or 4 ofs. The 2-2-2-2-2 split goes with Were Garurumon Sagittarius mode for not only jamming capability, but DP buffs as well. Remember, Metal Garurumon isn't exactly a big boy himself, and because of that, I want to maximize his DP as much as possible. EX1 Were Garurumon offers a big solution to a few things. Number 1, it helps draw additional cards with it when digivolving, and number 2, once per turn I can gain a memory when attacking with this Digimon as an inheritable. Do I need this Digimon necessarily? I actually like the memory gain aspect for the fact that it can be helpful. With promo Were Garurumon, this Digimon gives you an inheritable security check +1 when I swing into security if my hand is 8 or more. But if I have a Garurumon with Digimon and its Digivolution sources, I can restand this Digimon, and then, with Sagittarius mode, make it into a 3 security combo play. And the last level 5 is Chimeramon. This Digimon can be DNA Digivolved from any 2 level 4 Digimon and place a level 5 or lower Digimon underneath its Digivolution sources. Because of this, I could potentially DNA Digivolve using 2 Garurumons and add a 3rd underneath. Meaning with Metal Garurumon, I could swing not once, not twice, but 3 times if I had a Memory Tamer that turn. But you could nab back the promo Were Garurumon if you're looking to do 6 security checks instead. For level 6s, this deck runs BT1 Metal Garurumon and BT5 Metal Garurumon. EX2 Metal Garurumon was a close option as well, but the condition required to attack felt too risky at times to justify. Though honestly I picked BT5 again for that inheritable memory gain. With BT1 Metal Garurumon, this Digimon is your MVP. Considering with the DNA Digivolved Chimeramon with 2 Garurumons and a Were Garurumon, you have a very aggressive body here, which again, I'll cover this in the combos. For level 7s, this deck runs your typical Blitz Omnimon for the finisher. Because you have quite a number of Digimon that can potentially gain you memory, the overall cost might not be that much and choke your opponent on memory. Moving to option cards, this deck runs the typical Ice Wall for the defensive plays to buy yourself a turn, and Hammer Sparks for memory control. While potentially defensive, Hammer Sparks can also be used to gain you memory if you happen to be getting memory choked. But do keep in mind that memory blockers can easily prevent this. Luckily, the present format sees a lack of this due to the strong meta potential of yellow and many of its cards that can easily DP reduce these Digimon's DP to 0. But why not 4? Deck space constraints wouldn't allow it unless you wanted to drop one of your Tamers. For Tamers, this deck runs 3 copies of Davis Motomiya and 3 copies of Nokia Shiromine. The trade-off here was with Davis you can get yourself a stable memory fixer and also add a blue Digimon card to your hand. Only cards that Davis whiffs on are Chimeromon, Blitz Omnimon, option cards, and Tamers, a total of 13 cards assuming 1 Davis is played. Nokia Shiromine facilitates cheaper Digivolution costs by reducing the actual cost and helping you play Gabumons to further extend your plays into Garurumons that can lead to DNA Digivolution combos. And that's the aggro version of this deck. For strengths and weaknesses, this deck has a major potential for Wombo combo, but while its strength can aggressively check with potential jamming from Were Garurumon Sagittarius mode, and multiple checks with Metal Garurumon, this deck definitely falls in line with rogue decks for this set, and is definitely more of a meme build than anything else. For weaknesses, this deck suffers from 3 major issues with the general meta. Number 1. Option cards in general. This deck doesn't have a way to negate option cards unlike BT1 War Greymon in tribal builds. Because of this, against security control or yellow matchups in general, expect games to grind to a halt as they recover every turn. To mitigate some elements of purple and yellow, BT5 Metal Garurumon or EX1 Metal Garurumon are great countercards to Ophanimon and other Digimon with on-deletion effects. Number 2. D-Digivolve effects. Again, there's no protection for Digimon that have D-Digivolve effects, and with more and more black support cards coming out to do this is going to become harder and harder to avoid. And number 3. DP reduction effects. While both points 2 and 3 can apply to option cards, Digimon are also getting more effects like this as well, and Tamers. Rapidmon can be a huge setback, especially if you were looking to set your board up for a DNA Digivolve with 2 BT1 Garurumons. But I digress as we approach the combo section of this video. This deck aims to create 1 stack in the raise, and whether you go from Sunomon to Gabumon to BT1 Garurumon, you can also create a secondary stack in conjunction with Nokia Shiromine with the play of a Gabumon and reducing the cost by 1. Now, assuming at some point you're able to get 3 memory, you can push the BT1 Garurumon out of your raise area, use Nokia to Digivolve into another BT1 Garurumon, and DNA the 2 together with Chimeromon and place a level 5 or lower Digimon underneath it. If your opponent sent that Garurumon to the trash earlier, great, that's another Garurumon to add. But the best option here is promo Were Garurumon. With a Hammer Spark, you can Digivolve into Metal Garurumon, and now you're ready to do some really fun shenanigans. If you have 8 cards, you can rip through all of your opponent's security. By swinging with Metal Garurumon, you can pull the Garurumon out from underneath it, and use that Garurumon's on-play effect to unsuspend Metal Garurumon. With Were Garurumon, you get 2 checks. But Metal Garurumon's effect is not once per turn. By swinging again, you can swing and pull out another Garurumon to unsuspend Metal Garurumon and go for 2 more checks. Metal Garurumon's unsuspended and ready to go for 2 more checks. And then here's the kicker. If you have another Chimeromon in hand, you can DNA Digivolve those Garurumon together and bypass the summoning sickness mechanic of the game and swing for game. Alternatively, if you have Omnimon in hand, that's lethal right there. Tribal Garurumon aggro may not be the best deck of the format, but it definitely has some fun mechanics that could be fun for any player to try. Because while playing competitively can be fun, there's nothing wrong with just having some casual fun with a meme build. What are your thoughts on this build and what changes would you make to it? Let me know in the comments below. This is Digi-Panda, locking out.